Are you still struggling in getting fully booked? You might be a very good PMU artist. You have very beautiful social media, but clients are just not DMing you on your social media. They are just not interested. They are liking, they're viewing, but still do not book with you. In this video, I will show you what exactly clients are looking for in your social media to feel the desire to book with you, and we will fix the crucial mistakes which every artist are making. So in this video, you will learn the real reason why clients don't trust you and do not message you, and the 3 hidden brand signals clients look for that most artists ignore, and how to turn your Instagram from looking nice into I want to book her, and what to change today to start getting more inquiries. So I hope you're excited, and let's dive in. And as always, if you are new to my channel, my name is /Teray. I help artists to skyrocket their skills with Now It's My Time program, and one of the amazing My Marketing program, which is the sponsor of today's video. So let's dive in. First of all, I want to let you know that we will review the pages of not permanent makeup artists, so you can yourself understand what it feels to look for another services and what you as a potential client might feel, so that you can understand what your clients are looking for when they are looking at your page, because this is very important. When we artists see our own page or the pages of other artists for permanent makeup, our mind is a little bit too much goes from professional side, and we can't simply judge the page. So I want you together with me to look at the unrelated pages to permanent makeup and see how it works. And then we will look at permanent makeup pages and see how we can fix it. So first, let's actually look at eyelashes accounts. It still will be very useful for you. I will say very important key points that you can use as a permanent makeup artist. So just wait for it. First of all, I just typed in a search eyelashes Dubai, because if I'm a client who's interested in eyelashes and I'm in Dubai, that's the first thing that I will do. And it's so important that your name actually has a keywords, your services and your location in your name. So that's why these accounts are coming out. And that's the first page which I opened. And first, I want to ask you how you feel about it in terms of how professional this artist is, what kind of environment she's doing her procedures, and do you think she is more towards the upper class, higher class artist or eyelash technician, or towards the middle or towards the lower? The first thing that comes into my mind is the quality of the pictures. And that's something so important in your work, is which lighting are you using? Because again, each skin has different, some overexposed, some different colors. Maybe here the picture of the nose in the center, so many angles, so many things. And I literally do not know who is the artist, although I see the reviews, but it doesn't make me feel like I want to book with her. And even the bio says best eyelashes in Dubai, I still would probably be hesitant and look for more. Now, on the other side, if I take, let's say, for instance, this page, I see the quality of work is different. So the way the picture is taken is different. We have a prettier appearance clients, which also influence a lot. And by the way, a little trick here, even at the beginning of your career, when you just starting out, you should run model campaigns to attract more attractive clients coming to your studio, so you can record more content that you can post. And again, from the previous videos, you've learned how to create 9 pieces of content from one client, so you can fill your Instagram with a lot of content. But again, attractive clients, they make more your Instagram more attractive rather than regular clients. Not every client would be attractive, although I don't want to say it like that. I believe every human being is attractive, but there are some types that we visually feel are more beautiful. So I do also post on my social media more of the model type clients rather than regular clients. And I do regularly invite models to my studio, again, just for the content. So this page, I would feel, is much better. So much higher level. But there is one difficulty that comes to this level of work, and you will find out that if you are in a place where there's a lot of competition and everyone has beautiful works, beautiful eyelashes, beautiful permanent makeup, how do you actually stand out? How does client can pick you over the rest? So let me just walk you through other pages. And other pages would be a little bit more creative, something that stands out more. That's where you already have shots which are filmed by lens. There are some of more creative work. And there is also you, where you post yourself, your expertise. Already the client can read some information, although this is not the information. I would actually change this to information that I as a client can read. And this page becomes way better and again brings you to level up. If you can show yourself on the camera, if you can provide value and show yourself as an expert on the camera, again, this is a step further. So every artist that posts before after beautiful pictures, if your town is filled with competition and everybody does amazing job, now your next level would be to show yourself and present yourself as trainer, as expert in what you do. And by the way, I scrolled down below. You can see she even changed before she was filming like this. That's pretty much like a regular artist. But now look, her content changed. So she also understood that content makes a huge difference. And look how this is professional versus how it was before. Again, there is more depth to pictures. There is lens taking place. There are colors. There are more settled. It's not just random bunch of pictures before and after. So very nicely done. Now I want to show you even higher level of the pages. That's where you already have beautiful taken pictures. You have information for client not only to read, but to hear you saying it. So for instance, if I'm a client and I worry that the color will last forever, or the brows will turn blue, or is this permanent makeup, what is the difference between microblading and hair stroke with machine? And it's not just a text that you're posting on social media, but it's you saying this on camera. That's the top level. And that is so powerful to just competition to go away. And people will be so much attracted to you, your professionalism. Again, it's not about how you look, or I know a lot of people are worried, my goodness, I don't look on camera good, or I don't speak on camera good. But think about how do you explain things to your client? Do you have problems with explaining procedure process to your client? Probably not. Probably you are fluent and you know what to say. That's exactly what you need to do with when you record yourself. Think about the camera is your client and you simply just explaining to your camera, to yourself and to your client how the process goes. And again, I brought up the page, not for permanent makeup, just for you to see, where for instance, this page does lip fillers, some injections, and it's so good to actually listen about the process and how it's done. Even if I never, for instance, I never done any injections and I want to do, I would want to be educated on how it's done, about the process and what should I pick. The same with permanent makeup. It's not nails, it's not eyelashes. It's something that is permanent and stays on the face. So I really like the talking reels. I really like these videos with graphics on it and just more case studies on your page. Now, it might sound a little bit complex, but again, you can start with different levels. My students, for instance, reach success being on different levels. For some, when they live in a place in a city where there's not much competition, they just good to go with few pictures, running advertising, obviously specifically this smart advertising, not just the generic advertising. They do this together and it works really well for them. For the other students, where they are located in more saturated place, their page has to stand out. So you have to be a bit on level higher, which is very doable. Again, you build this page once and you don't need to post daily. You just keep it there as portfolio and then you run ads and client comes from your advertising to the page and just scrolls through the feed like reading a book, educate themselves and build trust with you. So now, based on everything that I said, let's review this profile and think how we can improve it further so the clients will want to stay at this profile and want to book this artist. So first of all, there's obviously a lot of laser rather than permanent makeup, and that's a huge mistake. Just having a permanent makeup at the pin post do not guarantee you have clients at all. So if you, let's say, do a permanent makeup and laser removal, yes, you can combine this. Better if you have two separate pages, but still you can combine those together. And what I suggest to have your works is one after another. So for instance, permanent makeup, laser removal or information, and again permanent makeup, again next one laser or information, and again permanent makeup. Now the question is, if you don't have clients, if the reason why you don't post is because you don't have clients, then you have to do model campaigns. You can post on Facebook groups, you can invite your friends, you can reach out yourself to people. Don't wait people to message you, reach out to them and invite more people to your page. Then make sure you take pictures with a good lighting, and make sure you don't quite even edit yourself. Use the help of editors to edit your photos, because editors, what they will do, they will tweak the photos in that way so they all look like the same lighting and the same quality, which is really helpful, and you would struggle with this yourself if you try to edit yourself. Now the next part, what I would do with the 3 pinned posts is, the first one is before afters, just like this one. Then the second one could be you explaining what is permanent makeup, the difference between, if let's say you provide microblading and powder brows, the difference between microblading and powder brows, and which one to choose. Something that is useful and something that you talk on camera, which she did here amazing, but she put a thumbnail, which is a laser removal. So I would never click on this picture, because the thumbnail do not tell me what this video is about. I didn't even know she's speaking here on camera. So what I would do here, I would put the thumbnail, the cover of this video, as you yourself, and the huge letters on top, difference between powder brows and microblading. Because I'm with a client who coming from outside, I want to be educated by you, and I want to hear you, because this builds trust. The longer people are hearing you and watching you, this is the best way to build trust and be hooked on you rather than go to anyone else. So if you can sprinkle those videos everywhere, instead of the text, what is the difference between powder brows or microblading, or the aftercare for brows, or how long the brows last, if you can create videos, it's way better. And remember that the thumbnail of these videos has to be clear what they are about. Let me give you an example. For instance, text like this, but in this case it's just a picture, it's not a video, but the thumbnail could be like this. For instance, cheaper isn't always better, but that's really something that I wouldn't click to read about if it would say, is permanent makeup good for you? Or is something that I, as a client, would want to read about. Then I would click on it, and then your video would show up. Now, and the third pinned post would be your testimonials. So for instance, you have a smiling face of the client, or even client taking pictures with you, or you taking picture actually with the client. And then underneath there is her review. And then when you scroll this picture, let's say, to the left, you see another before after pictures. You scroll again to the left, you see another testimonials, basically a pin post for the testimonials and seeing happy expressions of the client. So again, the first pin post is before afters, where they scroll left and left and left and they see all your works. Then the second one is you introducing something about the topic that your clients are interested the most, and the cover of this video has to be very clear. And then the third one is the pin post, which is the testimonials. Now, underneath goes the same way. You have one picture, which is, let's say, before afters. In between, you have a useful post that they can read, or they can hear you, which is better, or they can see behind the scenes you working. And again, the third one, again, is before after of your work. Then second one is, again, could be like this one, the tools. I was hoping this is the tools because the thumbnail were same, so, but it's not. So it could be like this thumbnail, which is the ink pouring inside. It's done with the lens. You can take your camera, can film it really nicely, and so on. And again, if you don't have content such as before after pictures for your clients, do take the models as much as you can. Run the model campaign. If you have clients, do it with a client. That's perfect. Then spend one day out of a year to shoot the content for yourself, talking on a camera like I do. I film YouTube videos, a lot of YouTube videos in one day. Well, because it's really a lot of content, so I do spend like a week. But for you, you just have to film several short videos to inform your client about the procedure, so they are more already ready to book with you. Then spend time to take your camera use the lens and film some shots of how you pour the pigment, how you sharpen the pencil, how you smudge the color over eyebrows, some just interesting shots, and again, fill them out with your social media. And again, I have another tutorials how to create urgency. Remember, under each post, you have to make them understand your location. So in each video, you would want to say the location or invite them to the studio in this location, so the Instagram picks up that your page is located in here. Also, in caption, you need to make sure you put the location. So again, the Instagram picks up and push your content into specific location. Also, for the faster booking with you, you do not ask to book. You ask them to get on a free consultation with you to try the eyebrows. So they can try the eyebrows. It's like a free brow try on. They get on a Zoom call with you. You talk with them. You explain, maybe they send you the pictures of their brows before the call. And then you get on a phone call and you show their picture and you talk very professional. This is what I would do. Again, we have another tutorial on how to lead phone, Zoom, in-person consultation that you can watch. And this basically would be the flow. Now, lastly, what I want to say, your social media is not the tool to bring your clients. It's not the tool, but it's a vehicle to make them, to convert them, to make them feel like they trust you. Plus, if you put some of the posts, urgency posts, like I have the spot on Tuesday, 7 p.m., Friday, 2 p.m. only, 2 spots left, the third one is already gone. This creates more urgency to book, but this is not the tool to find more clients. It's only to make them actually do the action. So the tool that brings you client is advertising. And I can't stress enough, you can absolutely lose a lot of money with advertising if you don't know how to do it right. I've spent a lot of time, and I've recorded another video how many years it took me to, I've partnered with the marketing person, and I was just so lucky that we become partners, and he and me together developed an advertising specifically for permanent makeup artists. So it's specifically for this niche, because if you're going to use generic marketing or agencies that are generic and apply this to your field, you're going to waste a lot of money and you don't know how to speak to the clients specifically for permanent makeup. So that's another topic to talk about. But advertising is the tool that brings you a lot of clients to your social media. And then because your social media is so trustworthy, you look like so professional. They see your before after pictures, they hear you. Now they are just so open to book with you. All you need to do is talk to them and schedule the appointment. That is it. So now you know why great Instagram isn't enough and what to fix to finally make your brand stand out and attract premium clients. But if you still feel stuck and you are overwhelmed by everything and you need my help, I can help you. You can just simply book a free call with me, and me and my team will walk you through your personalized plan, how you can create a better Instagram for yourself. We can explain you the plan, how you can get yourself booked so you feel confident in moving forward and in your future income. And as always, if this video was useful for you, subscribe, hit like, because it helps me to create more tutorials like this. And as always, I will see you on my next week tutorials.